So today we're actually going to be talking about Jaguar Wright and how she is just spilling all the tea, okay? All the beans about the celebrities and what is going on in these particular circles from Diddy to Jay-Z to Beyonce, all these people. One thing I want to actually mention, because I didn't know who this lady was until I started watching Storm Monroe, and he would have her on and whatnot, and what she was saying, I'm like, are you for real? Like some of the stuff I was hearing, I was flabbergasted because I was like, this can't be real. People are really doing this out here like this. But anyways, okay. So that's the only person I really was like that for. Okay. But I noticed that there's a lot of people who idolize celebrities. They love the fact that they have all this money, the glitz, the glamour, the fancy cars, the Gucci and Noche, Goche, Gabbana, whatever. I noticed that people love that. They love everything that comes with it until you actually find out what comes with it. Okay. Same thing with the quiet on set thing that happened as well with the Nickelodeon stars. And look at Amanda Bynes too. Okay. She needs to tell her story. So, and you see how people can change. Look at Justin Bieber. You see how people can change over time. Where at first, I was never a Justin Bieber fan. I didn't like him until he started getting older because I liked his music better. I didn't like that baby, baby, baby. I was like, okay, now. All right. But you start seeing a change. More tattoos, start looking a little more untidy, start having this kind of, not saying anything wrong with tattoos, but then start having this kind of like, I don't care, lazy, dirty kind of look. It was always something. And you just looking at them like, what is wrong with you? Some of these people that was on Making the Band, then you hear about people breaking up. It's like, well, how maybe I'm out of the loop. I'm like, well, how did all this happen? And then you start figuring out how some of this stuff happened. Okay. So I actually want to just show you all a video that Jaguar Wright did on Piers Morgan. And I know it's Jaguar. Okay. I like saying Jaguar. But anyways, I want to actually show you just a little bit of a video that she did on there. And then we're going to go and see what the aftermath of said video was with Beyonce and Jay-Z.
I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many
What's the
victims?
difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many
There
victims?
was none for her.
How many? How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
Yes.
a new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy, and everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting AirTag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
Jaguar, I've got to leave it there. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I believe a lot of what it is that she is saying. I know that some people say like, oh man, she be exaggerating. She just be saying things. But what about her? What about her? What about her? You know, I don't know. Okay. All I know is that what the information is that she's saying, a lot of it makes a lot of sense. Because that whole Aaliyah thing was always weird to me. Because they were over here saying like, oh, well, it was over the weight limit by literally the size of a bodyguard. He was like 200 some pounds. And they were like, yeah, it was like a single engine. The plane was over the weight limit by essentially this guy's weight. And I'm like, how did y'all not know? Oh, the pilot, he was a cokehead too. Then people got reports of Aaliyah getting on there and they said that she looked high. She didn't look like it was, she didn't look like herself. She looked like something was wrong with her. She looked like she was ill. So I'm like, I guess I'm confused with all of this. How are we not looking into this stuff? And then you found out that her and R. Kelly, Robert, y'all. You found out her and R. Kelly, they were messing around when she was underage and he wasn't. Beyonce and Jay-Z, you found out that they were messing around when she was underage and he wasn't. The whole thing that went on with Rihanna. And Rihanna was saying, yeah, he says sign his contract or pretty much you die. What? Okay, because I'm gonna keep it real. I like Beyonce. I like her in terms of her music. Okay, okay. Um, but with that, I love me some Aaliyah, especially when she did the rendition of "Let Me Know." Oh, at your best, you are loved. Woo! Okay, 4-page letter. Okay. What are we talking about? And this is no shade, but just comparing those two, I'm like, Aaliyah's voice was better in my opinion. And in terms of her acting capabilities, she was in more stuff than Beyonce was in my opinion. From what I saw, I'm liking her stuff to me was better. Of course, she's a singer before she's an actress. So I'm like, her stuff was better to me. So I felt like she would have went up. But if you get her out of the picture, Beyonce then goes up. But then you're hearing some other stuff going on. But I was like, okay. But what I actually want to do is show you all another video that Piers put out. And this was about the cease and desist. All right, let's just go ahead and play that.
Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with a legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
This is all something, because Jaguar, this is not the first time she said some stuff like this. People say that she's been saying it for years. I only found out like this year. That's when I found out about Storm Monroe. And if y'all love some gossip, check him out. Okay. But here's the thing, I'm over here looking, and from what I'm hearing her say, I'm like, dang, I mean, if someone wanted to get her for a defamation lawsuit, I mean, they could. Why don't they? Because then we got to provide some proof. And if she got eyewitnesses and herself included with this, I could tell you where this is at in the house. I could tell you where this statue is. I could tell you what his look like. Okay. And if you say, nah, Alex, that's not going to go. That's not going to fly. In Jeffrey Epstein's case, that was actually a point where the girl said, I know exactly what his stuff looked like. Okay, so I mean, if we're going to keep it real, let's keep it real. You could be bringing a whole bunch of stuff out. So why have you guys not sued her? Where's the defamation lawsuit? Oh, cease and desist. Where's the defamation lawsuit, y'all? Okay, but y'all, I just have to get somewhere, so I got to cut this video short. But let me know what you all think about that story down below. Hello. I would greatly appreciate it if you can actually support my little small business called Latrice Limited. it is on latricelimited.com. So as you can see right here, I actually sell candles and a wide variety of other items as well. This is my big forehead, okay? But I actually want to show you just a couple of different items that I do sell. This is actually going to be a part of my soap collection that I have. As you can see, I have a variety of different soaps on here. I actually have 2 pages worth of soaps, and everything is handmade, okay, natural, clean ingredients as well. You can also see right here, these are my candles. All right, they're all handmade, everything vanilla, sweet roses, sage and vanilla and sweet roses are actually my favorite scents that I do have. I also have a few other items on here. I'm actually going to go and show you all the bath bombs that I do have. As you all can see, there's eucalyptus and sage, sweet pea harmony, and so many more. And then we're just going to finish off on the gift sets that I have. There's a variety of them, from like the big ones like this for $45, and then you have some of the smaller ones, and you have these itty bitty ones down here that includes essential oil blends. Definitely shop with your girl. Definitely help your girl out. I would greatly appreciate it. This is like my little baby over here, okay? I would greatly appreciate it, and enjoy.